Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Troy with CichlidBros. We have a jam-packed video today because we are unboxing some new fish, awesome new cichlids, and we are moving fish to permanent aquariums throughout the fish room. We are also trying to move the biggest aquarium yet down here into my basement. We're even getting some new furniture for the living area. So there is a ton happening and I can't wait to show you. Let's dive right in. The first few things we're going to be doing today is regarding my 10-gallon on my bar, which the last time you saw it, it had the Apistogramma magmasteri and the Crobia zinguensis. They are small and just quarantining, but the Crobia zinguensis was a little aggressive towards the Apistogramma, so I kind of had to act quicker than I wanted and shorten the time that the Apistogramma was in here. I went ahead and scooped him out and moved him into the 40-gallon breeder with the Bolivian rams, the cherry barbs. It's a really cool tank that I think the Apistogramma will do great in. He is probably going to double in size and maintain that awesome coloration with the red splotches along its body. Absolutely amazing Apistogramma, probably my favorite, and I can't wait to have him kind of as a centerpiece with the Bolivian rams in this 40-gallon tank. So then a couple weeks later, it was time to revisit the 10-gallon tank. To make room for the new fish, we do need this 10-gallon tank. On my bar here, it currently just has the Crobia zinguensis, which is a South American dwarf cichlid, gets about 3.5 to 4 inches. It should do pretty well in a planted tank and with some angelfish. So it's actually going to go in the 90-gallon tank with the angels right behind me and hopefully do well, but I'll definitely keep an eye on him, especially with things like the Tetris. All right, we got him. And there he is in the back. And we're gonna turn off the lights here, let him settle in for a while, hopefully get a better shot of him a little bit later on in the video.
Several days later.
I'm finally getting excited about this 90-gallon aquarium. Now that the Crobia zinguensis is in here and he's settled in, he's very active. The zebra loaches at the bottom, the rummy-nosed tetras schooling around, and of course these angelfish that have really started to get some awesome color. But outside the fish, it's definitely the plants that are going to make this tank look incredible eventually. That's what I'm hoping. The jungle val is just now starting to grow. It has shot off 2 runners, which is the first time in the history of keeping Valsinaria for me. I don't know why it's so difficult, even though I've always used root tabs. I guess because I've never used like aqua soil, but I'm hoping the jungle val covers pretty much the whole background of this tank, and then we have crypts kind of covering the midsection, and then we have Anubias and Java Fern in these 2 little islands. I think it's really going to look great, and I'm very excited for the stocking and to see this grow in. Can't wait to show updates on this tank in the future. Another big update down here in the fish basement is this general area behind me. Obviously we show the 180-gallon aquarium a ton, but just this general living space we don't really show because it doesn't look great. It's basement furniture, but I want to make it look a lot nicer. We have a brown lazy boy here and a brown sectional that's pretty old and kind of like falling down over there, so it also takes up a ton of space. Also, over here you can see the big TV where I watch a lot of sports and movies down here. It's kind of cut off a bit by the tank, so I would love to move it against the wall square. And originally I couldn't do that because of the sectional sticking out. But today we are getting some new furniture that's not only going to brighten this spot up, but makes it a lot more functional. My parents are actually moving about a mile away from me today, which probably doesn't concern you guys very much, but we are getting some pretty brand new furniture from them because it can't fit in their new house. There's also a coffee table that doesn't quite fit here. I have a couple movie posters, my favorite movies, Interstellar and Heat. And that needs to be fixed as well. And there's even a light that doesn't really fit because of the sectional, so this is going to look awesome when everything is completed. So we're going to get some new furniture down here today, make it look awesome, and something that may concern you more is that those movers, since they're already bringing the furniture, they might be helping move down the big aquarium, which I have been needing to do for a long time. I just haven't gotten the help to be able to do it, so it's going to be a lot happening today, and I can't wait.
Ready? Come on, come on in. You got it? Yeah, we're good. As long as y'all can work it, we're good. I got y'all. Hell yeah. I was looking at him, I'm like, whoa.
You guys gonna be in a YouTube video if you're okay with that.
Oh, this is recorded? Keep game.
Oh, yes. I'll keep that in it.
Alright, bet.
So I'm very excited and relieved to have this big aquarium down here in my basement. This is not the permanent spot for the tank, it is just here temporarily, but this is the biggest pre-built aquarium I've ever gotten down my stairwell, and we even cut out a piece of the stairwell to be able to get this big guy down here. It's an acrylic tank, obviously. A glass tank of this size I don't think would be possible, but I gave the exact plan, dimensions, and everything to do with this aquarium in the last video, which was a members only video, so if you want to check that out you can, or you can wait a little bit longer for the full reveal of this aquarium. I cannot wait to show you how this is all going to fit down here in my basement. So we have the big acrylic tank temporarily in its place here, and we also have our furniture in place down here in the living space, and it really opens up this whole area.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
There's extra room next to the tank. The TV is no longer being cut off by the tank at all. The furniture is definitely an upgrade in itself with the white leather, and it definitely brightens up this space a little bit more, which I was definitely wanting. Also, because of this shift, there's a good amount of space to the right of the 180-gallon aquarium, so who knows what we're gonna do from here.
Another one.
Since we're going around and giving updates, you can see these Geophagus finni swimming around, being a little feisty towards each other. They've also dug out some pits, way more than they normally do, and they definitely are sticking together. I think they're about to breed again, potentially. It's been about 2 months since the last time I noticed it, so I'm keeping a really close eye on these guys for any eggs or fry. We also have 30-ish of their babies from a couple months ago that are doing great, and I would love to get another batch. So I'll stay tuned. So in recent videos I've shown the golden eye cichlids here, which are awesome dwarf South American cichlids. The males have awesome color. The females are a little more blotchy brown and black. But I had a male and 2 females in my 20-gallon tank, and I've been trying to breed them. I moved the extra female into this tank hoping that would spark breeding, and it worked. The female did lay eggs one time that I saw. The male had not fertilized those eggs, and when the female laid those eggs, she was extra aggressive to the other female and especially the male, which was not something I really expected, is the male to get kind of beat up by the female. The male seemed to rebound a few days later, and I thought we were in the clear, but then another day after that, I looked in the tank, and unfortunately that male had passed away. So I was stuck with just the 2 female golden eye cichlids, and the males just have awesome colors. So all of this is going to play into the unboxing later on in the video, because I am determined to get these guys to breed. I think they're one of the most underrated cichlids in the hobby with that great color, especially the male, and because they're dwarf cichlids, the majority of people can keep them, and you don't need a massive tank. So I think it's a great cichlid to breed and try and get those numbers up out there in the hobby today. Because today's unboxing is coming from my favorite spot to order from, Imperial Tropicals, I figured I'd give an update on one of the best fish I've gotten from them, which is my dovai here. And if you remember, I got this guy in April about 7 months ago, and he's really done well. He started to grow. You could see just from the difference when I got him then to now, he is much different. Went from about 3 inches to about 7 already, and starting to get some great bluish color to its face and its fins. Awesome. I cannot wait to show the progress on this guy. And if you remember, Imperial Tropicals did me a favor, and they were able to sex him as a male when he was only 3 inches, so I wanted to get as small as possible to watch him grow and kind of document that growth. This guy is solo because he's going to get so big and aggressive, and sometimes people say they can be skittish if they are alone, but this guy is not at all. You can see he's just right here always watching me. He kind of hangs over there in the corner, maybe watching the 150-gallon aquarium inhabitants, but anytime I come to the front of the glass and he thinks he's about to get fed, he definitely comes out of that corner, and he is totally bullish and ready to go. He also has some teeth poking out there. I absolutely love him. So yeah, if you want to find some awesome fish like this guy, you definitely go to Imperial Tropicals, and you could use the discount code CichlidBros for 5% off of your order. It's an affiliate link that I'm really excited about to be able to give you guys a discount anytime you shop there. Okay, so we have our order here from Imperial Tropicals. I've ordered from them, this is at least 20 times, probably more, and they definitely had some fish that I've been looking for, and I can't wait to see them. I think they're going to be really cool. As usual, this was shipped overnight, so these guys have not been in the box too long. You got your styrofoam lid here, and you got heat packs inside. It's not too cold out right now, but it's always nice to have that. We got our wrapping, and we have our fish. So we have 6 South American cichlids here, starting with one of my favorites. This is a dwarf South American cichlid. This is the Nanacara anomala, or the golden eye cichlid. This is a male which has obviously the golden eye and an amazing bluish, greenish, teal coloration along its body whenever it's not stressed out. But I definitely want to breed these guys. I've been trying for about 7 months now, and this guy will join 2 of the females. And next up we have Theo that's really interested as well. But we have 5 of these guys, a group of 5 Geophagus argyostictus, which are also known as the blue lip Geophagus. Theo, come on. These guys are about 2.5 to 3 inches, and I have 5 of them, so hopefully I have a good mix of males to females here. They are 2 to 3 inch unsexed blue lip Geophagus. This is an example of a very large specimen I saw at my local fish store probably 3 years ago, and it's always stuck in my mind as a fish I wanted to keep. So we have these guys, a group of 5 of them that can grow out and get some awesome coloration and size to them, and then we will find out their long-term home here in a while. And this is how they came in the box. We had the 1 golden eye cichlid here and the 5 blue lip Geophagus all swimming around, doing well, but we're going to get them in their tanks and then we're going to get a much better look at them. We get asked a lot about acclimating new fish, and it's really not that difficult of a process. If you get it from a fish store around you and you're just bringing it home, I would simply temperature acclimate by floating the bag and then pour the bag into a net and get the fish into the tank without the water. If you order online and the fish have been in the bag for probably over 24 hours or so, they have been expelling waste and ammonia into that bag, and once you open that bag, all of those toxins rush in and it can be extremely difficult for your fish. pH swings, all of the above. So if you're trying to drip acclimate an online order, it is actually not something I would recommend. I would simply float the bag for 30 minutes, just like bringing it home from a local fish store, get a bucket, get a net, and do the plop and drop method. There's the double bag. Try to be gentle with the guy. He's been in a box for about 24 hours. And then just cut a little hole where you could pour the fish and the water through a net and have a bucket on the other end to catch it. There you go. And then he goes right in the tank. But then a final step of acclimation is to turn off the light. Let them settle in maybe for a few hours before you come back in. Definitely do not keep the light on full blast or feed the fish too much whenever it's stressed out clearly from the trip. And that's how I do it. I would probably never recommend drip acclimation unless it's saltwater and you have some other parameters in play. Otherwise, the plop and drop method has been proven. It is a great method to use. I've probably done 50 online fish unboxings on the channel and no casualties in the first few days of acclimating fish to a tank. And it will be the same process for the 5 Geophagus that we're going to be adding to the 75-gallon tank, which currently has 5 Starry Night cichlids that are relatively small, about the same size as the new Geos. It has an ailing Cuban cichlid that has swim bladder issues, not going to affect anything else in the tank, just pretty sad to see him not be able to swim around. He'll be completely fine though. And then we have the green Phantom Pleco. So these Geophagus should do really well in the 75-gallon tank as kind of a grow out. I am skipping a quarantine tank in this case just because they were a little bit bigger than I expected. They're about 3 full inches, and that's a little bit too big for my 10-gallon tanks, and because it's a group of 5, I feel like that's a little too small. So I'm going to take a chance. It's also Imperial Tropicals, which I have absolute trust in, that I've ordered over 20 times from, like I said. So I definitely feel safe in this case, but there's always a risk. I have medications on hand if it's ever needed, and I will be watching this tank very closely once they are added. Alright, so we got all 5 in the tank. We got 4 over there and 1 over there. Like always, we are going to turn off the lights now, come back and see them in a little bit. Also, another reason I did not add the blue lip Geophagus to the 10 gallons is because I added the golden eye to 1. These guys are in quarantine from the last unboxing, the Apistogramma, the Royal Acara, and the Siamese Algae Eater. But I have noticed a little bit of an issue with the Apisto not eating totally well, and I just wanted to give these guys a little more time before putting them into the permanent tanks. It's better to be safe than sorry. And then this one here has my Geophagus spin-eye fry that continue to do really well. Awesome growth on these guys so far, and I cannot wait to see them once they reach some adult sizes. Gonna be awesome. And here's a couple hours since they've gone in the tank. They are already front and center, and they look great. And I cannot wait for these guys to grow. They're going to be so cool with awesome coloration. And I think they'll do pretty well with the Starry Nights for the time being. So it's been about a week since the unboxing and putting the new fish in their tanks. Let's check out how they're doing. First off, the 10-gallon tank with the Golden Eye Cichlid, the male. This guy is doing great. He's been super personable as the solo fish in this quarantine tank. I'm just gonna let him chill in this tank for probably another month, and then I will try to put him in with the females and get some breeding action going. But man, even whenever these guys are young, the males just have incredible coloration and really good personality. Love these guys. And then in the 75-gallon tank, we have the 5 Geophagus blue lips that are doing great. They've really settled in. They're very eager to eat. They're sand sifting, just awesome fish, and I cannot wait to see them mature and just get that awesome coloration that the blue lips get. And they're doing really well with the 5 Starry Night Cichlids, who are also growing out in this tank. They're not permanent tank mates, I don't think. I do have ideas for both of these groups in different tanks down the line, because the 75-gallon tank is not big enough for either the Starry Night or the blue lip Geophagus, so this will be a really good grow out tank for the time being and a lot more activity than we had before. We had so much happening today down here in the basement fish room, and there is a lot more to come, so you definitely want to subscribe down below if you have not already, and thank you guys for watching.